Well, today we take Mid-South Viewpoint on the road to Coffee Central South Haven. Coffee Central, your full-service coffee house located in the heart of Snowden Grove. And listen, if you've never been here, shame on you. You've got to come try the delicious coffee and the goodies that today for lunch. I had this chicken pesto grilled panini. Ooh, it was so good with a fruit cup. And that's just one of many things. Tina Tatum, the owner, she has her specialty, these sausage balls. Now, you usually think sausage balls are an item for the holidays, at Christmas, Thanksgiving. They're served year-round. You can get a fresh, baked, cooked sausage balls you'll want to enjoy when you come. 5627 Getwell Road here in South Haven. It just puts you just a little south of Goodman Road on Getwell, right past the entrance to Snowden Grove Park in the DeSoto Central District. But we've been here doing some shows, meeting some wonderful nonprofits and those who are serving people, serving the Lord in various ministries. And I just thoroughly enjoyed our time here, meeting different folks. At the heart of the Christian faith is the powerful truth that we have all been adopted into the family of God through Jesus Christ. This life-changing concept is the foundation of Love Poured Out, a newly launched ministry at the Outpouring Church dedicated to making Christ known through the beauty and joy of adoption. And that's what we're here to talk to Tiffany Evans. She's with the Outpouring Church and the Love Poured Out Adoption Ministry. Tiffany, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us here at Coffee Central.
Thank you for this invitation. We're delighted to be.
So tell me, how many times a week do you come to Coffee Central and enjoy their coffee?
You know, I don't come as often as I need to.
That's okay.
This is great coffee here.
But you've been here before.
Yes,
you know it's
very
good coffee. It's really good coffee. Of course, they roast their own coffee.
Yes.
We got this Ethnos coffee roasters, and I mean this is a Honduras blend. They've got one from this is one I believe that Tina told me from China. There is, and these are all independent. I believe women that run these little coffee farms.
Wow. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's really interesting that she connects with and finds these delicious coffee beans, and they bring them here to Coffee Central, and they roast them. And several of them, like this bag right here, when you buy this, you help support Sista to Sista and Tricia Henderson doing some great work in the Binghamton community. And helping women get out of sex trafficking and drug addiction.
Well, that's incredible.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
And so, but you guys are doing a great thing too. This is a brand new work, Tiffany.
It is.
That you're just starting. It's Love Poured Out Adoption Ministry. What inspired you guys to create this?
Well, we just have a heart, especially for those adopted families that feel the call to adopt, not been able to have children, and the one thing that's holding them back is the lack of money that it costs to afford an adoption. And so we feel called to those families. We want to bless them, enable them, and not let something like the finances that they need stop them from fulfilling that call.
Now, am I correct that Pastor Larry is your husband?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and he's the pastor. So talk about how it began. Did somebody come to you? Did you just, what was the initial situation that caused you to say, we need to look into creating an adoption ministry?
Yes, we had a business man and his wife approach us, brought us into their home, and they just began to share their heart for adoption, for children who needed to find those forever families, to somehow help them to be able to do that, not just to find a family, but to find a Christian family so that they could find their relationship with Jesus Christ and ultimately fulfill their destiny that the Lord has for them.
Wow.
So they knew that we were wanting to adopt ourselves.
So you were in the situation?
Yes,
okay.
Personally. Yes, we had been married. We've been married 25 years. At the time, we had been married almost 20 years. And so early in our marriage, we began to try to have a family. The Lord promised us children personally. We felt very strongly about that. But through the years, we were not able to conceive. And so we were devastated, we were heartbroken, but we began to look at the option of adoption. But we were shocked to learn how much that can actually cost.
Yeah.
When you talk to different agencies.
You're talking literally what?
Anywhere from $35,000 to $80,000.
Oh.
Just, and it seemed so unreachable. And with a couple who maybe is dealing with infertility, that issue is so private and close to their heart that at the time I just could not find myself bringing the desire to start an adoption journey to the public eye and start fundraising and baking extra cookies and getting those T-shirts ready to sell. At the time, it just seemed so unreachable.
So really, Tiffany, this is what solidified your personal passion, I would think.
Yes.
About, because you experienced it yourself.
Absolutely.
And saw the need there, right?
Yes.
Wow. And it just had to be just a really trying time, I'm sure. You know that God's in charge of everything, and you're trusting Him for, this family that and of course His timing. He gave you this family, right?
Yes.
So tell me about your adoption experience.
Well, we were shocked by the price of adoption through agencies, so we backed out of that route, and we just began to share with others. Hey, if you know of an expectant mother who is really trying to choose adoption because of her circumstances, and she is looking for a family to choose, please share our contact information. Eventually, we got a call from a friend of a friend who knew an expectant mother, so we just made ourselves available to her. We went to doctor's appointments with her. We developed a relationship with her. She gave us the pictures, and we got to hear the heartbeat of the baby.
So you actually found a young lady that was willing to
yes, we thought we had a match, but 1 month before she delivered, she changed her mind. So she let me know on Mother's Day morning that
Tiffany.
she had changed her mind. So that was heartbreaking, but maybe her circumstances changed, and that maybe that was her one opportunity to mother a child.
Right.
So we just celebrated that she was going to be a mother.
Sure.
And the Lord just tested us through the years. Will you celebrate others? Will you refresh others when they want to dedicate their baby to the Lord and celebrate other moms? I'm going to bless you. You just need to be patient.
Yeah.
And so we trusted the Lord. When we moved to the Outpouring, to Olive Branch, Mississippi, to pastor the Outpouring Church, we shared our hearts again when we were asked about the desire to have children. And this couple who approached us about their heart to sponsor families who want to adopt, they approached us and they said, if money is holding you back, we don't want that to hold you back. And they gave us a check. And so the next week we called an adoption agency, and we set up appointments, and we bought a baby bed, and we just said, thank you, Jesus, for this provision, and there's no way we could do this. We feel like this is the next step. The Lord had not taken the desire to have a child out of our hearts, and so this came to us. And so we tried to just make ourselves available to each opportunity. So we did match through that adoption agency, but again, the mother changed their mind.
A second time.
A second time. And so, but the glorious thing that happened, just 2 months later, after that mother changed her mind and kept her, I believe the birth father found a job that he did not have at the time, and so they saw a way to make it happen. A few months later, we got a call the day after Christmas that a little baby boy had been born on Christmas Day, and his name, he is our son. We adopted him right away. We came into the hospital, and they gave us our own little hospital room, and the birth mother handed him to us and said, will you please care for my child? I cannot. And so we were just thrilled.
And how long ago was this, Tiffany?
This was Christmas of 2021.
So you have a precious baby boy who's 4 years
he
old
is
now?
3.5.
3.5, almost 4 years.
Yes.
Christmas, he'll be 4.
Yes.
Oh, wow. And his name?
His name is Joshua.
His name is
And that is
Joshua.
the name the Lord gave us 20 years before he was born.
Our firstborn is named Joshua.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great name. Wow.
So it took a long time. It took a process. It took disappointments. But I feel like the Lord allowed us to walk through those things so that we can encourage others who may be going through things.
This is the reality for so many, right?
Yes.
And the heartbreak and the things you go through and the anticipation And oh my goodness, but
Right.
God's faithful though, right?
He's absolutely faithful.
Tiffany, the ministry is based on this biblical foundation, love poured out. Galatians 4:5 is a verse. How does this verse play a role in shaping your mission?
Well, it is just our desire not just to fulfill the heart that wants to just have a baby and have a child to nurture and hold, but we want to see that child develop a relationship with Jesus Christ.
Yes.
We want to see children placed in Christian families, families who have a father and a mother who are dedicated to Christ, dedicated to their church, faithful, and we want to see that child come into that house, be raised in the fear, the admonition of the Lord, and fulfill a destiny, and ultimately help other people.
Oh,
bless people.
that is so beautiful. So, why do you feel that adoption is such a powerful expression of God's love?
Well, we are adopted. There's no way that we could be his children without his son, Jesus Christ, without that relationship. So it's a precious opportunity to reflect
It really
that
is.
relationship.
Okay, so a church ministry, which your husband being the senior pastor, right?
Yes.
And there's a lot of responsibility, and I'm sure overseeing an adoption ministry itself is like, this is almost like a whole separate work. It can be.
It is.
It is.
Yes.
It is. And so talk about balancing, the ministry of that, but then incorporating this adoption service into the ministry of the church.
Well, we have developed a board of directors for Love Poured Out Adoption that is different from the Outpouring Church, so it's a separate board. But our church body has just shared the burden of adoption. They have just taken this on as their mission. They celebrate it. They love it. And then, of course, personally, I have found such fulfillment in being able to serve these families and talk about how the Lord can bless families.
How many families have you? And so this is a very new ministry too,
Yes.
right? How long have you guys?
We have existed about 3 years now,
Right.
and we have been able to bless 15 families so far. We have provided prayer, counseling, legal advice, sometimes legal representation for free, and then also $134,000 in grants so far in the past couple of years.
Well, praise God for that. So can you describe the type of families you aim to partner with through the ministry? And it's not just families that are part of your church, right?
That's correct. We have helped families from at least 3 other states even. We just ask that you be a Christian family, and we ask that you go ahead and have your home study done if you can, because that lets us know that you are serious about adoption and that you can adopt.
What's involved with this home study?
So a home study is something that most states require before you to get to that point where you go before the judge and finalize an adoption. You have background checks. You have a social worker that comes in your home and makes sure it's a safe environment for a child to come into. So that's something that we can help you. We can help you find the people that can set that up and start a home study if you're unfamiliar of who to look for.
Now, as an agency, you are an adoption agency, right? So
No, we are not.
Okay.
Right.
So you didn't have to go through. Tell me about that aspect. So you are more of a support group for adoption.
For adoptions.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but you can help. Are you able to help families actually find a child?
We can help you find people, resources. I know adoption agencies that we have worked with that provide home studies, or you can go the next step with them and go into contract, and they will look for a match for you. And then there are other resources that we can.
Now, are there also, like, you've got infant, foster to adopt, special needs? Does the ministry support these different areas of adoption?
Absolutely. We are available to support any type of adoption like that.
Can you walk us, Tiffany, through that grant application process that they need to go through for prospective families?
I can. So if you're interested in applying for a grant, you can go to our website, lovepourredoutadoption.org, and click on Contact Us and ask for an application. And then you will receive an email from us and a phone call possibly, and we will provide you with an application.
Now, you mentioned Christian family is foremost, foundationally, who you're looking for to bring children into these homes.
Yes.
So that obviously is one of the top, that's the top qualification or requirement. What are some other qualifications or requirements that you would have to be able to support these families?
We're going to call references, so you need to be a faithful attender of your church and a tithe payer of your church. We prefer that. Also, we are committed to supporting domestic adoption currently, not necessarily international adoption. However, we're not opposed to looking at an application,
Right.
and making allowances as funds are available.
Yeah.
So.
And speaking of funds, I mean, how is the ministry funded, and how can others contribute financially to what you're doing?
We have certain private donors, and then certain churches, a few sponsors. The Outpouring Church and Olive Branch sponsors, Ignite Church of Laurel, Mississippi sponsors. Planners Bank has blessed us. We've recently connected with the Corporate Chaplains of America, and they have offered counseling to the families that we support, and we hope to provide that in the future as well.
Right. What's been one of the greatest joys of being a mom for you?
Joshua is the greatest gift I've ever received, and I made it a point to develop a relationship with his birth mother, and she and I still talk occasionally.
Do you really?
And I let her know that her selfless act, thinking of his future above her own needs at the time, was absolutely the greatest blessing that my husband and I have ever received.
Yes.
She's given us our greatest gift. So.
Wow, what a blessing, what a joy.
Yeah.
So the role that the Outpouring Church plays in supporting Love Poured Out beyond finances, how would you say that the church does that?
We share testimonies. There's a need we need to pray about. We take that to the Lord in prayer, and then they just celebrate. And then there are certain members who love to give every month.
Yes.
So,
do you guys do you meet regularly for these families? Do you have times to get together, or is it as a group or just as an individual family?
We follow up individually through phone calls and some meetings to touch base with these families and hear how they're doing, or through the process, of course, or to try to meet their needs. We hope to one day possibly provide an annual picnic or event where these families could come together and meet each other. I would love for these children to develop relationships with each other and shared experiences.
Wow. Wouldn't that be fun?
So, yes, yes.
So other churches, have you had other churches in the community that, see what you guys are doing and, kind of want to help support or find ways you can network with other churches?
This door is just opening up through this Gather Women Conference that is happening in South Haven, Mississippi.
And this is
August.
a big thing. Yeah, the August 22nd,
Yes.
23rd at the Landers Center. We've been talking about the Gather Women's Conference, and you guys are the beneficiary, the ministry that they're going to, donate, I guess, a portion of the funds that come in through the conference are going to go to you guys.
Miss Tina Tatum reached out to me this summer. I had not met her before, and she told me about her ministry and that they like to choose someone to support and introduce to at the conference and raise money for. And it's very timely for us to continue to help these families.
Yes.
We are very grateful. We've reached out to other churches in DeSoto County and just let them know our services are available. If there are any churches that have adopted families in their church and they need that grant money, please let us know and send them to us. And so, but this will be the first time that we've been able to partner in this way.
That's got to bless your socks, right?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I love this. Can you take us back and thinking about some of those trying months and I guess years too, Tiffany, when you were waiting on the Lord, believing the Lord to provide you this child, were there some particular verses or things that God sprinkled along the way that encouraged you?
Absolutely. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Proverbs 11:25. He who refreshes others will themselves be refreshed. It's a promise of the Lord. And so if you celebrate others as they go in their journey, and maybe the Lord hasn't brought your breakthrough to pass or your promise to pass, He is faithful. He is faithful to refresh you in His time.
Yes.
And so I would say that to any families that are out there, you're praying for your child to come into your life. Continue to celebrate others. Keep going forward and continue to believe for your promised child. The Lord will provide.
Yes.
And He will answer.
Wow.
And I will say that to supporters too. If you are faithful to refresh other families who need this financial support, God will be faithful and refresh you.
Well,
So,
that's a good word, because I know sometimes, I'm sure it gets lonely and you feel like, does God even listen or does He care, And we know He does.
He does.
He does. And His timing is always perfect. And now you've got this precious bundle of joy. Joshua,
absolutely.
almost 4 years old. So what are some things that Joshua likes to do?
He is attending his first vacation Bible school this week
Is
with
he
his
really?
grandmother,
Oh,
and
my.
he is having the time of his life.
What are some things he's doing or saying? I have a grandson. He'll be 4 in close to your son's age. He'll be 4 in end of November. So they're about the same age.
Yes.
Okay. So some of the things he comes up with, he was out. I watched him outside recently with his dad throwing the ball. He's into sports, anything sports. He loves
Right.
it. And the glove that he had on his hand was about as big as he was, and he was trying to catch the ball. And my son was throwing it to him, and a couple of times he'd catch it, and then he would drop it. And my son said, "Now, Ezra, keep your eye on the ball." And this little boy has got a pretty good little arm on him. He can throw the ball pretty good. So he threw the ball over his dad's head, and he said, "Dad, keep your eye on the ball."
Oh, wow.
So he told his dad the same thing. So those are little cute
Yes.
things. Is
Yes.
Joshua saying some of those things?
He is just the best. He loves tractors and drums and church, and he wants to see the people at church. He tells me every day. And also, the people aren't there today, son. We'll be going back soon.
Oh my goodness! So you think he might be a drummer?
Yeah, I would hope. Whatever he wants to
Oh,
do. He
I-
loves music.
I understand. My grandson likes to play the drums too. His dad actually is a drummer, so it's funny how they
yeah.
mimic their
Yes.
parents. But what a joy! Talk to that. We talked some too, but I want you to share. Maybe there is a husband and wife out there listening right now, and they've been struggling, and they've been wanting to have a child, and it just hasn't happened. What do you have to say to them to encourage them today?
I would encourage you to make yourself available to adoption. It's a beautiful gift, and the Lord can open the door and bring the child that is supposed to be in your homes directly to you in His perfect time.
Yes. Okay, Tiffany, so let's tell our listeners now, how can we connect with you guys? Somebody who wants to do this application again, let's go back over how
Yes.
they can do that, start that process.
They can go to lovepouredoutadoption.org and click on Contact Us, and we will provide an application for them and
Okay.
reach back out.
Okay, now, once the application is received, is that you decide, how do you determine if you're going to move forward in the process?
Our board of directors will meet and review the application and see if there's any other information we need. And then we also contact your references and ask questions and make sure we have a home study that we've received.
Right.
And I will say that sometimes a home study can be pricey, up to $3,000 to $5,000. And if that is an issue as well, there are ways. We're open to talking about that as well, if that is a hindrance in your ability to move forward.
It sounds like the Outpouring Church in this ministry of Love Poured Out is looking for ways to really pour the blessings of God on people who are maybe don't have the resources, obviously, or
Yes.
don't know where to turn,
Absolutely.
And I think it's so wonderful that the church is being the example here, This is so beautiful. It really is.
Cute.
Yeah, what a great story here. Well, friends, we are visiting with Tiffany Evans. Tiffany Her husband, Larry, is the pastor, of course, of the Outpouring Church, where we are right now in, Outpouring Church is in Olive Branch, right?
Yes.
And we're in South Haven, next door neighbors. But we're coming to our friends from Coffee Central in South Haven. It's a full-service coffee house located in the heart of Snowden Grove. Delicious coffee, delicious food and goodies here as you come and enjoy the experience here. And I encourage you to do that. We're located at 5627 Getwell. Really, this puts you just south of Goodman Road on Getwell Road, right past the entrance to Snowden Grove Park in the DeSoto Central District. And if you haven't been down this way, I mean, it's just, gosh, it's changed, right? It's just amazing.
Yes, it's beautiful.
It's really beautiful. You feel like you're somewhere else when you're down here.
Right. You're going on a little retreat.
A little retreat. You really do. But Tina Tatum and her crew have been so hospitable for us to set up here. We're kind of in the back corner with our interview time with Tiffany and others who've stopped by and to share their ministries and their hearts with us about what they're doing in the community. And so this has been great. I really appreciate, Tiffany, you telling your story. And so is there a website for, again, the ministry, Love Poured Out, if somebody wanted to check you guys?
Thank you for listening. The ministry website is lovepouredout.org. I'm sorry, lovepouredoutadoption.org.
Okay.
So, yes.
And all the information is there to connect?
All of the information is there. There are a list of questions and answers that we thought of that you may have initially. So we do encourage you to go there first to learn.
Are you available to speak in, say, a women's group or, just a class for somebody just like you to come and share about the ministry, getting the word out? Were you able to do that?
Yes, absolutely.
And just go to the website and get that contact through that?
Yes.
Okay. Tiffany, thank you so very much for sharing with us today.
Thank you.
Well, friends, that is all the time we have on this edition of Mid-South Viewpoint. Again, we're coming to you from Coffee Central in South Haven. Special thanks to Tina Tatum and the wonderful staff here that have been taking care of us while we're here. The coffee is great, and please come and support this group. We're at 5627 Getwell Road in South Haven. You don't want to miss it. It's much more than just a coffee place. It's really a place where you can gather, relax, and connect with folks. Earlier today, I saw a table full of young people. I guess they were middle school age, and they were having a Bible study. And there must have been about 12, maybe 15 or more at this long table, young girls studying God's Word and being here. And this is that kind of place where you can come and just fellowship and be here. Tina even says that sometimes she'll pray with those who are in her coffee store. So I hope you'll come experience Coffee Central. Well, that's all the time we have on today's show. I'm Byron Tyler, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.